Welcome to Coaching Uncut, a special series on the Unstoppable Woman podcast, where I take you behind the scenes and give you a peek into the private coaching I do with my clients. All of these coaching calls have been recorded with the permission from my clients who have generously allowed me to share these with you as a way of helping more people in this world. They give you access to master level coaching and the opportunity to learn the lessons that they're learning right along with them. Please keep in mind that these recordings are not studio productions and the audio quality may be less than ideal, but the content will take you far and help you become unstoppable. With that, listen in and learn.
Funny. How are you?
I am good, thank you. So,
Awesome.
yeah, good news. Okay, so I have to tell you something funny, and then I'll tell you my numbers. Well, here, I'll just tell you my numbers. They stayed the same as today, or as yesterday, but I did 6 reach outs as of our conversation yesterday, and I spoke with, she's a little bit longer sales. She's going to be a Souls in Motion business, and she's someone that we've talked about collaborating, meaning referring clients to each other. She's a communication specialist.
Okay.
And works with corporations. And then I left messages for, so I have them on my follow-up on Thursday. And do you typically give a couple days to follow up, or what's your normal protocol?
To follow up on what in particular? Like
I left a voicemail.
Depends what it is. Like what kind of
Okay.
voicemail did you leave? What was?
Like with, I was following up with her because she had done a discovery session with me, both, and following up with the discovery session, just seeing how it was going. She had some struggles that she wanted to work through, and I just mentioned to her that I'd love to catch up with her and talk to her a little bit about something that I am launching that I think would be something that she might really, I forget the exact words I said, but that would get a lot out of.
Okay. So I would do a couple things there.
Okay.
One was the discovery session. The discovery session was a sales call, correct?
Yeah, and it was, oh gosh, I'm going back and hitting anybody that's done a discovery session, so it might have been a year ago, Amira.
Oh, okay. So that's
Yeah.
helpful for me to know. I would text or voicemail fine, but I generally don't lead with, hey, I want to tell you about something I can sell to you. Okay?
Yeah.
Because not that it's not true or that you're hiding anything, but people just have their money story. You have your money story, right? You're
Right.
more evolved,
Right.
and you've been working on this stuff for much longer than most people. Yeah, exactly. But the people have stuff around money, and so if you lead with that, even though for you, you're like, oh yeah, of course we're talking about this. Yeah, right. I want your help. Sure, of course, right?
Yeah.
Other people are not. You have to meet them where they're at. Okay.
Okay, because that one felt funny to me, and so the rest of them I have just been saying, hey, I'd really love to catch up with you, or I had one on Facebook that I reached out to. She was a trainer for me, and her husband passed away about a year and a half ago, and she's been saying, that's the one I said that showed up with the post. And so I said, hey, I'd love to catch up with you. It sounds like you've had a rough, year and a half, and I'd love to chat with you for 30 minutes if you've got time. And so we're in the process of setting up something on Friday.
That's a much better tactic. Okay.
Okay.
It's especially for people you haven't seen in a long time or spoken to or in a long time. Even with my really fan clients. Yeah. You're probably an exception to that, but even for my fan clients, I will be like, I will start with a conversation instead of starting with a sale. It depends on the person, but
well, you used to do that to me early on. You would call and just have a conversation, and then you're like, I was thinking about this. Yeah,
and it's only bait and switch if you don't give a shit. Okay.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, thank you.
If you don't actually care about what is going on and you just are doing it to make a sale, then it comes through as that and it doesn't work. Okay?
Yeah.
Then you will feel manipulative. But, I was just, all the people that we were talking about this morning when we had that little chit chat, I'm reaching out And I'm like, hey, did you buy that ring? And like, what are you doing for your birthday? Right?
Yeah.
I'm having some sort of connection so that every time, and sometimes it's about business, right? Like,
right.
Who did I reach out to? I can't remember who it was, but I wanted to know, someone on Facebook. I wanted to, her name popped up in a comment, someone else's, responding to someone else's post. And it's like, I wonder how she's doing. And so I just wrote that to her. I was like, hey, it's been a long time. I saw you respond to a post and it made me want to catch up and talk about like how things are going and what's going on with your business. Okay.
Thank you, because that's exactly what I did with Christy. And with Christy, like I didn't say about her business because she's kind of been, like my program is more about transition and you're getting ready to like wanting to switch. So thank you. Yeah, that validates then what I did there.
Yeah. Exactly.
And then I'm excited because a sale like a contact that I made, probably 2 months ago, I followed up with, and she's on vacation, so we're setting something up the first week of August, but she definitely wants out of her job and she's trying to figure out like how to do it. And so this is going to be a perfect, because I told her I was working on a group program, and so this will be a good lead. And here's what I love about this, and so thank you for calling me out on this, and for me calling myself out and testing accountability, because once I get stuff rolling, like I'm pretty good at selling. I'm pretty good at converting too. And so it just gets the ball rolling. And so thank you.
Yes. Yeah. And you're pretty good at your reach outs too. Okay. And it's fun and it's not weird. Okay. So the thing that you need to know is like, so-and-so, I forget who it was. We're talking in early August. That is 2 weeks, maybe 3. Yeah. I don't know exactly when. Know that you need to be doing consistent reach outs now and consistently for the foreseeable future until you get a different marketing strategy in place, because there's always going to be a lead time. Sometimes people can talk that same day, in 5 minutes, tomorrow, all of that. But sometimes, it's going to be 2 weeks or 3 weeks, right? Yeah. And you don't want to be stuck not having any sales calls booked on your calendar. Yeah. And if I were you, I would be looking to have, if you really wanted to be aggressive, Debbie, okay, to be very aggressive, but I would be looking to have 50% of your time dedicated to sales. And you could include reach outs in that, but like having 3 sales conversations a day, that would change your business entirely.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you too. So, and it's not, I guess it kind of sounds like a game, but when you talk about 50% of your time in sales, does that include, like, I've been wanting to come up with an email to all of my email clients to say, hey, I've launched this program, just as kind of an FYI.
No, I think of that as marketing.
Okay. That's what I wanted to know. Perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
So you keep marketing and sales separate.
Yeah. What's the line? You can make an argument, right? But in my mind, so here's the thing. I know historically that I can get deep into all the marketing stuff. And it's not, especially at the stage you're at in your business, it's not as effective as picking up the phone or texting someone or DMing someone. Yeah. And
I'm better at sales that way.
Correct. So we can go down the rabbit hole of content development, building the funnel, new opt-ins, and trust me, I've done all of that. Like, it's not from lack of experience, okay, of going down that rabbit hole. And to some degree, it's great because we have this whole, treasure chest of great content that I've created. But, like, it's also insanity how many lead magnets I've created, okay? Mm-hmm. Like, you don't need that many. You just need one that converts, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. And so it's a very easy way to distract yourself from sales. And that's why we're putting your numbers at the beginning of every call. Yeah. And that, I'm saying, how many did we say? 5 a day? 5 reach outs? 3 reach outs?
No, 3. 3 a day.
Okay. Yeah. And you
to get started.
You're an overachiever. So you did 6. I love that. Yeah. Okay.
Well, I did 3 from yesterday and I already did my 3 for today.
Okay. Perfect. So you achieved. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
But I would dedicate, if you dedicated half of your working time to sales, it would change your business entirely.
Yeah, it would.
okay? Like when I get up on stage, and you've heard me say it before, sales is what moves money, okay? Yeah. Like I tell people, I give people the key to the kingdom, okay? Like I don't hold anything back. You want to know how to radically increase your income? For most companies, and yeah, there's some companies that need to work at front end marketing, they need to work on back end operations, they need to work on team. There's lots of different things that are going to help people scale, but fundamentally, you need to make sure that your sales is dialed in before you do any of that, okay? It's what moves money.
Yeah, I need to go back to and listen to, like when I'm walking or riding my bike to work, I want to listen to the sales training that we did back in March, because I know there's nuances too that I've like fallen back into like my own pattern instead of following that. And so I want to go, like, to me, that's something that really I should refresh off once a quarter.
I love that idea. Share that with the other people who were in that sales intensive.
Okay,
I forget who that was. Amber,
Jen, Piper. There were a lot. And then the
Aaron.
One gal that was really challenging for me that I was just like, wow, I'm in awe of how you're handling her.
Yeah, you don't have, that's fine. You don't have to take that responsibility on, okay?
No. No, but
you can just share it with,
so I was like, wow.
Yeah, you can just share with the women you know.
The people
okay?
very well. Yeah.
Because I think that is a really great reminder, and it would be like having, that sales intensive is not an inexpensive investment. It would be well worth listening to it again and again and again. There's so much good juice in there.
There is so much good juice. And it's kind of one of those things that I feel like that you receive the message when you're open to receiving it, and then the next time you listen to it, you're going to hear something different. It's kind of like when you teach on the laws, right? Like it's relevant all the time. Perfect. Thank you on that. And then I have to tell you something funny. So I had my group coaching call today, and we were talking, and we got towards the end, and there wasn't really a whole lot going on. So I said, okay, I'm going to create an exercise that I want you to uplevel your thinking. And I said, awesome. Let's say you travel to Paris and you stay in a hotel where you have a personal butler. What would you ask that personal butler to do?
Where did you post this? Where did you bring this up?
I didn't. It was in my group coaching call today at noon with all my private clients.
I love it. What did they say? I need to know.
One of them said,
here's the thing. I don't actually know what. Steam my clothes, right? I got that.
Well, that was one of them. She said, have them iron. I would have them iron my outfit, and I would tell them which outfit I wanted to wear for tomorrow so that they could get it out and hang it and have it ready to go for me in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And if my shoes needed polished or cleaned.
Yeah.
And then they said, have them bring you champagne. And I wrote chocolate-covered strawberries, because chocolate-covered strawberries in Malibu were the best I've ever had.
Yeah, they were good. Uh-huh.
Yes. And then I told you what my 9-year-old nephew said, didn't I?
No, I don't think so. What did he say?
Oh, my gosh. He's like, well, Aunt Debbie, you drink a lot of water. So I would have them bring you some bottled water in the morning, and you drink your health drink with orange juice. And so I would have them bring you fresh squeezed orange juice, and then your coffee. And then in the evening, I would have them draw a bath for you and put bath salts in it.
Oh, I love that. That's fantastic.
I'm like, my 9-year-old nephew, right? He's pretty funny.
Yeah.
So anyway.
I mean, it's sort of like...
It's a fun little exercise.
Absolutely. It's sort of like room service, and I mean, I would have them unpack my bags, right? Why not?
Mm-hmm.
Clean my shoes, right?
Yep.
We said that already. They're not going to put your makeup on. They're not going to do your hair.
Right.
We're not setting up. We're going to have people to do any sort of tech stuff. They're not doing tech stuff.
Right.
So.
Right. Well,
have them take selfies of you in the suite.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
That's a good idea. Well,
I mean, I'm hoping, no guarantees. Okay, so don't get disappointed. Can I tell you something and not have you be disappointed?
Well, I would like to say yes, but I can't promise that.
Promise in advance. I'm trying to figure out if it financially works to bring Julian to Paris.
Oh my God, that would be so awesome.
Wouldn't that be great? Day after day after day of photography, right?
Yes, because I'm also going to be 40 pounds less than what I am right now.
Okay. So I'm hoping to make that work, because we had like this whole conversation. You know, it's all about budget. This is like the least, I know it seems like the most expensive program, but it's the one with the least amount of profit in our whole business.
Because the gifts and everything. Yep.
Oh my God, the hotel, the gifts, airfare, all of it. Wouldn't it be great if we could do photography every day?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Mm-hmm. And you could watch yourself like get more and more comfortable in front of the camera.
Okay, so I was going to go back, though, and tell you, too, one of the things that was interesting is I have mostly women, and the 2 men that I have weren't on the call today. And it was interesting how much they struggled. And so we talked about this whole idea, and this is probably part of your thinking already, too, but we talked about this idea of giving someone the gift of receiving their service. Right? Like, not in an ego way that people tend to go towards, but like as a butler, that's their role. And they do this job because they love this job. And so if I shut it off and don't allow them to serve me,
correct,
like that's just mean.
Yeah. Part of Paris is learning how to be open to receiving at a much higher level. And part of that is having your own butler.
Yeah.
So I still haven't signed the hotel contract, so hopefully we're going to this hotel. I've fallen in love with it.
Yeah, me too.
The truth comes out, okay? Pulling back the curtain, awesome. But it's amazing. So we're very close. We're very close. But yes, it is all about receiving. So what else are you open to receiving?
I don't know. I got to think about that. But I like the idea of unpacking my bags and ironing my outfits and all that fun stuff. Okay, and so I have another tactical question. I know this isn't necessarily coaching, but just so I want to make sure I'm clear, my clarity is that the stylist is going to show us style and show us outfits, then we have the option to purchase them. You're not purchasing us an outfit.
Correct. Yeah, no, okay. I have purchased, I am providing a group styling session, and then she's going to work with each of you individually in little, 15 minutes here and there kind of thing. Get you set up, go look for things like this. You send her stuff. She gives you an evaluation, and you build your outfit that way. And so she's going to do that with you with one outfit so that you can pick, do I want it for an evening out? Do I want it for a walk around during the day? Like, what outfit would you like to get? And that's what she's going to help you create. And then if you want to do more with her, you can always, hire her for more. But that's on you. And what I do with her for all my events is like, I tell her what the event is, and I tell her what all the, the components are, and she knows my energy now. So she knows my style. But then she sends me a bunch of looks, and for you, she gives you some direction, but you're not getting the same, full complete service thing. But anyways, and then I order a bunch of stuff and I try it on and I send her a bunch of videos, and then she's like, yes, no, yep, nope, different shoes, but that will work. Yeah. So it's a really fantastic process, and I want all the women to have at least a taste of it. She's great.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that. Okay, then a totally random question, because I have like one more use of this. So this is a long time ago, but do you remember, I think you worked with, it's somebody maybe you were related to that did the cosmetics, and you provided body lotion?
Yeah. Did you like that?
I love it.
Yeah. Did I give you some of that body lotion? Is that what I did?
Yeah. Like that was one of the things that you gave in the goodie bag.
Yeah.
Was her lotion that you put
and it's
your
like the best
on.
ever, right?
Yeah. And it smells so good.
Yeah, it's body butter, and it's so whipped and beautiful. Yes. And it was my aunt, I was just
her name.
thinking
I can see her.
Yeah, her name's Brooke Dougherty.
Yeah, thank you.
What is the name of her line that we just?
I don't know, because it had your logo.
Yeah. But if you're interested in buying more, I can send you her website. And I've actually been thinking about, it's like a labor of love kind of thing, creating a shop on our site to sell, our swag, our hats and mugs and blankets, and we would do the body lotion because that body lotion is freaking next level. So
yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, that was totally random.
That's okay.
I was thinking of you this morning as I got out of the shower and put lotion on.
Yeah.
And I need to ask her about that. So
yeah, no, it's
okay,
good stuff.
So then my last question for you, because I know we're doing a half an hour today,
yes,
is
correct.
I always love, so when I ask you this, it's not, sometimes I just run out of questions, but like, I know there are things that drop in for you about people, so I always like to touch base and even ask, and I've done this I think once or twice with you too, like is anything dropping in for you about me from either a, hey, you're stopping yourself, or go get them, keep doing this, whatever is dropping in for you? For me.
Yeah. So I think it's very much what we talked about earlier at the beginning of the call, which is like, what if you dedicated yourself for the next 6 to 12 months to sales?
Mm-hmm.
Like sales, client execution, but those two things, client delivery is what I mean by that.
Yeah.
Being like raising the level of excellence on your coaching always, right? That's like, that's just a practice that I have, consistently up-leveling, taking in the feedback, recognizing where you could do better, consistently up-leveling. And in that order, sales, client delivery, and then marketing. And I put client delivery second because I think it's important for you in terms of raising your rates. Okay?
Yeah.
You have to recognize that you're working at a higher level, and you do that by being at a higher level.
Yeah.
And that's how you feel worthy of charging a higher rate before you've actually charged your higher rate.
Okay.
It's a little bit of a chicken and egg kind of thing. You need to, because in some ways I raised my rates, and at that, like concurrently, I was like, well, someone just bought at that level, I need to up my game, right? And I up my game as a result of that. So, truth and transparency, I raised my rates first and then up my game. But I think a lot of people think that they can't raise their rates because they haven't upped their game yet. Not true, but if you need to up your game, be like, oh my God. Like I'm starting to think that with the spirit of wealth, for instance, like that we're not, like the investment isn't, it could be higher for the level of program it is.
Mm-hmm.
But so that's an example of me raising my game first.
Right.
Before
Yeah, because I even see, like how you raised your game and raised the price of it for next year, like the value adds that you added to it.
Yeah, huge, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And and for me too, I love that with coaching, because if I have some people, that are going to fall off in November or December, before I would raise my, like I feel like too, there's some people that stay on the rate at the time, and then as I move into another rate, I can upsell them. But like it's nice because I can up-level my coaching with them, and it builds confidence for me to then say this is worth that. Because I'm actually starting to get closer and closer to saying, to work with me for an hour a month, it's $20,000.
Mm-hmm.
Along with the other value adds that I have in there. But because I had that secondary package and I tried it once and I bombed because it was the wrong person anyway, and I didn't want her as a client. And then I just got scared of it, right? So I went back to my $10,000 program.
Okay. So that's a great accountability action for you overnight. What's wrong with the $20,000 program right now? What keeps you from selling that? What's the niggle there?
I think because in my mind right now, the only thing that's different from the $10,000 is they get you for an additional hour a month. And
okay, so the two programs, right? So the two programs are too similar. That won't sell. Okay.
Yes.
So you either have to take the $10,000 off the table and go straight to the 20K. Like, there is no 10K. Or you can make them radically different.
Okay.
Immersion, radically different than a VIP day. They work together, but they're different. Okay?
Yeah.
Immersion, radically different than Paris. Do they work together? Yes. But they're very different programs. Spirit of Wealth.
Oh, sorry. Keep going. I thought you were done.
Okay. It's the same concept. Spirit of Wealth is radically different than Immersion, VIP day, living room session, right? It's not that, I mean, you can make the argument that a VIP day is like a private version of the living room session, which is a small group, right? But that's a big enough difference that they stand separately and people are not confused when you're talking about them.
Yeah, that's the big thing there. Okay. And there's a part of me too that thinks to myself, okay, I kind of like the private coaching where I meet with them for 60 minutes a month. And some clients, I start out doing 2 30-minute sessions, and some clients I just do an hour session every month, depending on who the client is. And I kind of like that. So there's a part of me too that's wondering, do I really want that? Or do I want to work on the program where it's the mastermind that we talked about that's a higher dollar kind of thing and keep my private client the same? You know, I might up the price of that, the point being, but like.
Do you think you could sell your private client program for $15K without changing anything in it?
I think I can if it's not Sandpoint local people. And that's where the marketing piece, like I want to get out there and try to start marketing to some people outside of Sandpoint.
Yeah. So that's another accountability thing that you can do overnight. Who are all the people that you know from past careers, past geographical locations, groups that you've been a part of? Like, who are that list of 100? You could do another list of 100 that is not Sandpoint. Yeah. And trust me, you know 100 people that don't live in Sandpoint.
Yeah, and actually some of the reach outs I've been making are people that aren't local.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I like it.
I think it's a limiting belief that you can't sell the people in Sandpoint $15K.
Right after I said that, I'm like, yeah, because the 2 people I sold my last $10K program to couldn't afford it, but they couldn't afford not to have me. You know, like, so I'm like, yeah. Okay.
The difference between 10K and 15K is not that much in a buying decision. Okay? The difference between, I mean, really, it's still a sales conversation.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, there's someone in Sandpoint who you've introduced me to, who I won't name names, but is perfectly fine paying even higher investment levels.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah, I know too.
Yeah.
Cynthia and Joni both. Yeah.
Okay. So if there's one, there's many.
Yeah.
Okay. Is Cynthia you're welcome. Yeah. Is Cynthia a client of yours right now or a potential client? I know that you introduced her to us and then she kind of fell off the radar. I know Michelle reached out to her and stuff.
No, she is just a really good friend of mine that I kind of feel like she's one of the few people here in Sandpoint that I've connected with that is at a higher vibrational level. But it was interesting to watch her at your at the summit and how I see her as a very open person, but it's a control thing. Like she's very open, but then she was a little more closed off, and that surprised me. But I will tell you right now is probably not the best time to reach out to her. She just found out her partner, who she's been madly in love with, has bone marrow cancer.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, he just went into the hospital last week and started chemo and everything, and they just got home yesterday, I think, because it's been really painful for him. So, and he's young. He's really young, so. All of that just happened in the last week and a half, yeah.
Okay. Well,
so,
I'll give it some time.
You know, maybe in a few weeks it'd be better, but I would say for right now, not so much. But she's the one that I immediately told that I was going to Paris, and she's like, "Oh my God, I'm so excited for you. This is going to be such an up-leveling," and
Oh, that's great.
Where other people I told I'm going to Paris, but I haven't told them how much I spent on it because they would be like all over that. And I'm like, I don't want to hear your crap.
That's true.
So,
that's true.
Yeah.
Well, that would be an interesting practice for you too, if you are sharing that you're going to Paris and doing this program with someone, and you feel that little hook, to pause and make a conscious decision. Like, just play out what would happen. This is sort of akin to the conversation we had about feeling safe to let your sexual energy run.
Yeah.
And not like it changes how people respond to you, but also like if someone's weird, like you trust yourself to know how to respond. Okay? And I think it would be an interesting practice for you to, if it comes up again, share how much you invested and see if you can say it in a way that's full of self-ownership, not like braggart, but like just owning that this is the choice you've made and you're in love with it and it's like everything you want and more, right? And then if they have a reaction, just learn how to be, like use it as practice to be an Aikido master with your energy, right? You're just like, oh, I'm going to let that go past me. Like, isn't that interesting, right?
Yeah, that's good.
You won't ever be comfortable with it if you don't test it out. And you might get hooked a little bit, but you have to move through it. You have to experience it and see how to shift your energy in the moment for you to actually get to the next level with it.
Well, and here's what's interesting is you say that, and I didn't even think about this, but Sunday I was hanging out with somebody, and we were talking about different things, and I told her, I said, I'm going to Paris, and she might meet me over there and go to Italy afterwards. And I told her, and I actually did that. I owned it, and I'm like, I don't care what kind of reaction I get.
Great.
And so, yeah, I guess I am doing. So sometimes I'm my worst critic. Gosh, I don't even like, here I am like getting onto my, not in a bad way, but saying to my clients, wait a minute, let's stop and celebrate that. And I need to do that too.
You do. And it's good that you see that you're actually doing it. And it's good that you see when you're hooked or when you're holding back and to play with it. But yeah, great. And you didn't die and she was excited for you. Right?
Yep. Awesome. Okay.
Good stuff.
So then I will talk to you tomorrow at 1:30.
Okay. Perfect.
Awesome. Have a fantastic day. Okay.
Yeah, you too. Take care.
Thanks, Amira. Bye.
Thank you so much for joining us for Coaching Uncut. If you loved what you learned today, please leave us a comment and let us know. We always love a thumbs up or a 5-star review, so thank you in advance for that. And if you want to take your life and your business to the next level and it's time to scale, please reach out to us and schedule a consult at theunstoppablewoman.com/next level. So that's theunstoppablewoman.com/next level. See you in the next episode. Rock it out and be unstoppable.